What's up everybody and welcome to Post Hype. Now today's video is for both you Marvel and DC fans out there because not only did it get announced that Donald Glover is going to be casted as one of Spider-Man's main villains, we also have a bunch of back and forth going on at DC right now. I mean, who would have guessed? There's been so much he say, she say, and news coming out one day and getting taken back the next day that we're going to cover exactly what's been happening behind the scenes. However, if you guys enjoyed these videos, make sure to smash that like button and let's not waste another second and jump right into this Donald Glover story because it seems like he is coming back as a Spidey villain, but not the one everybody may think. Now, as you guys remember, he was in Spider-Man Homecoming, and in a deleted scene, it did show him and announced him as Miles Morales' cousin. However, it seems that he's not going to be taking up that interpretation of the villain and be like the Prowler as everybody once presumed. He is now going to be the Hypno Hustler. Oh, is that crickets? Oh yeah, because who is the Hypno Hustler? I don't know about you guys, but I had no idea who this character was. And I mean, unless you are super deep into the Spider-Man lore, I doubt you do as well. So we're going to go over a little bit of the backstory of the Hypno Hustler and some more information regarding the role and why he may have taken this instead of the Prowler in the MCU. So we're actually going to jump into this article here by thedirect.com. It's titled, Donald Glover's new Marvel casting makes Spider-Man history. Sony's Spider-Man universe has introduced surprising spin-off movies such as Bad Bunny's El Muerto and Sydney Sweeney's Madam Web. Now, I'm super excited for the Madam Web series. We've gotten some pictures released and stuff of her portraying the character, and I hope it's good. I mean, Sydney Sweeney is super good in Euphoria, so I like her as an actress, and hopefully Madam Web gets the portrayal that she deserves. However, it goes on to say, and it seems that another unexpected film has joined the list under the Sony Pictures banner. Donald Glover set to produce Spider-Man spin-off. As per the Hollywood Reporter, Donald Glover is attached to star and produce a feature about one of Spider-Man's villains, Hypno Hustler. Now it goes on to say, this news means that Glover has become the first actor to be cast as two separate major live action characters in the Spider-Man franchise. Considering that he has also appeared in a brief role in Tom Holland's Spider-Man, like we were talking about before, as Aaron Davis, aka Miles Morales' uncle. So the movie, which is reportedly set in Sony Pictures' Spider-Man universe of Marvel comic characters, will revolve around the titular villain who used hypnosis technology and his instruments on his audience to rob them. Now, I mean, that premise there alone sounds so unique and so interesting. It has to make me a little excited. My spider senses are definitely tingling, but I'm also a little bit let down because, I mean, come on, seeing Donald Glover as Aaron Davis as the Prowler would have just been such an amazing thing and an amazing addition to the MCU. It also would have been the main drive to bring in Miles Morales into a live action series. I mean, let's all be honest, Tom Holland probably isn't going to be in the MCU after this next trilogy and perhaps maybe up until the new Avengers movies, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. But after that, they're gonna have to do something different with Spidey. He's not gonna want to play this character forever, and I feel like that would have been the best way to introduce Miles Morales into this universe. But it looks like Donald Glover has different plans, and it may be because of the creative inside of him for the reason he's choosing this specifically. Now, just to give you guys a little backstory, now, the Hypno Hustler's real name is Antoine Delsoin. Now, Anton Delsoin is in the main 616 universe, and he actually had his very first appearance in Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man number 24 in August of 1978. For a little bit of a history, Antoine is the lead singer of the Mercy Killers. He goes by the stage name Hypno Hustler and was performing at the nightclub called Beyond Forever with his band when he was caught by the club owner stealing from the safe. Antoine uses his equipment to hypnotize the manager, and the band then decides to hypnotize the audience at their next gig into giving him their valuables and money. Now, it looks like the Hypno Hustler is definitely a smaller villain as far as Spider-Man enemies go, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be interesting, and not every single villain has to be world-ending. However, I think my main thing is, how are we going to get Hypno Hustler next to Spider-Man in these Sony films? Because if Tom Holland isn't going to be making an appearance, I mean, are you excited for Hypno Hustler in a solo standalone film? I mean, maybe if it's done super right. Donald Glover is a great talent in himself, comedically singing and acting. So, I mean, like, maybe he can make something happen. This could be the role for him, but I think you need Spider-Man, in my opinion. I mean, these foes and nemesis of Spider-Man go well with Spider-Man in conjunction together. I mean, they have to play off of each other, and that's the dynamic we need in a movie like this. I just don't understand how they could make a guy who hypnotizes audiences with his guitar and then robs banks and stuff like that a main character in a movie that I'm like connected to and interested in. I don't see it happening. So you guys let me know down in the comments below. Do you think you're going to be interested in the Hypno Hustler movie if Spider-Man isn't in it? I mean, maybe Sony will come up with their own iteration of Spider-Man, but I'm not sure what's going to happen here, and I'm a little bit worried. However, it does go further on in the direct.com article to say the Hollywood Reporter sources also mentioned that Glover was interested in the villain's musical aspect. In addition, given the character has less Marvel canon baggage. So, I mean, I guess that's really just him saying he doesn't want to have to like bunker down and be signing contracts for 3, 4, 5 movies in the future. He just wants to do something creative that's a one-off for him. And I mean, respect, I can't hate on that, but also, come on, it's the MCU, Donald Glover, like get it together. Atlanta just got canceled. You got nothing on the plate right now. We need you in the MCU as the Prowler. I want hashtag bring back the Prowler in the comments right now. But it does say also that the outlet pointed out that it frees the actor to give greater interpretations, meaning that it could be anything from a disco period piece to a reimagined modern hip hop version. Now, that's definitely cool. I mean, if they want to put a new modern spin on it or go back in time to the 80s and 70s, make it more of a period piece and focus on the disco aspect, that's cool as well. But if Spider-Man's not involved, I can't lie, I'm probably not going to be interested. As much as I love Donald Glover and his music and his acting and the scripts and movies that he's in, I just don't think this is a character that I'm going to be able to get behind. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this movie will change everything and the Hypno Hustler will really become a household name and become one of Spidey's main villains because of Donald Glover's portrayal. Hopefully so, but I wouldn't put my money on it, that's for sure. Like I said, let me know what you guys think about this story down in the comments. However, we're going to move on to our next bit of news, which is going to be covering the DC drama that has just been a continuous train wreck at this point. I mean, it's every day we're getting some news about something bad happening behind the scenes, and then the next day getting some news that it actually wasn't true, and maybe it's a little different, but it's still bad. Like, I don't know. It's absolutely crazy. But here we actually have an article that goes from comicbook.com, and it is titled, "The Flash Movie Cuts 2 Major DC Cameos." So as you guys might have heard just a couple days ago, it actually was announced that the Flash movie was going to have both a Wonder Woman and a Superman cameo within the film, but it looks like they were scrapped completely. Or were they? If we go on to read in the article, it says, the DC news has been pouring in this week. It was announced that Henry Cavill will not be returning as Superman despite his recent cameo in Black Adam and subsequent talks of coming back in bigger capacity. It was also recently announced, however, that the Gal Gadot-led Wonder Woman 3 is no longer happening. And now, The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that the upcoming Flash movie has cut cameos of both Cavill and Gal Gadot. However, we actually just got a tweet released from the Flash Film News, and it says, exclusive, sources close to production refutes the Hollywood Reporter's claim that Gal Gadot has been removed from The Flash. We just had news similar to this as well, where James Gunn heard a bunch of things that were being reported by sources and coming out and saying that they're not true. Some of it's true, some of it's half true, and it really seems like the sources that these news reporting sites are getting might not be as reliable as you would want to, because I mean, everything's going crazy. I think it really changes the game too that James Gunn is so active online and on Twitter, and his presence is known, because we don't have Kevin Feige tweeting that things that people say about Marvel are not true or true. Everything is so behind closed doors and secret, where James Gunn is kind of coming out in the open and being honest about everything, which is kind of a breath of fresh air in my opinion. So we also have a very similar story related to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Black Adam. So there's a bunch of tea going on behind the scenes, I guess, because we actually have an article here from thegamer.com that goes on to say Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson unfollows Warner Bros. And Black Adam on Instagram. Now, it doesn't get worse than hitting the unfollow button on Instagram, if you ask me. I mean, that's as low as you could go, right? Anyways, it does go on to say the hierarchy of power in the DC universe has indeed changed, and it all started with the arrival of James Gunn and Peter Safran. As spotted by Home of DCU on Twitter, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has unfollowed both Black Adam and Warner Bros. On Instagram. While on any other day, nobody may have noticed this. With the DCEU currently cleaning house, it could mean that Johnson will be the next big name dropped from the extended universe. However, no official statement has been made by any of the parties involved. Until this next tweet that we got from Geek Vibes Nation, and it goes on to say, The Rock has debunked the reports that he unfollowed the Black Adam and Warner Bros. Discovery accounts on Instagram, saying 100% not true, never followed either account on IG. Spoken like a real hero there, Dwayne. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, for those of you who were wondering and who weren't invested, it looks like The Rock did not unfollow them. He just never followed them, which I mean, like, that's your own movie franchise and the people who are producing your movie for you in the studio behind it. So I don't know why he wasn't following them. This might be fake news. This might be real news. I'm not going through Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Twitter following history, or Instagram following history, excuse me. So I'm not exactly sure, but according to The Rock, it's fake news. It's not true. He was never following these accounts. And as far as James Gunn has said and Peter Safran, Black Adam is still something that they have in the works, and he might be something that they're continuing into their version of the DCU. So absolutely crazy stuff that we got here today. I mean, who knows what's happening behind the scenes? It looks like Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot will be in the Flash movie, and it looks like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, as far as right now, will continue to be Black Adam. And it also looks like Donald Glover has no interest in being a part of the greater MCU and just wants to play the Hypno Hustler. So do with that information what you will. I'm super excited to see Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot in the Flash movie. As much as I think that the chaos surrounding Ezra Miller and everything is kind of crazy, I hope it's a good movie through and through and that they still come out with a good final product. And as far as Black Adam's concerned, I don't know. Black Adam was okay, and if that's going to be the launching point for the new DCU, I'd be a little concerned. So I kind of hope they do get rid of The Rock. Don't kill me for saying that. I'm so sorry, guys, but I think they just need to scrap everything, start fresh, and we'll, in maybe 2-3 years from now, get a DCU that everybody can enjoy and be proud of. So you guys let me know what you thought about these stories down below today. Are you kind of sad that Donald Glover isn't coming back as the Prowler in the MCU? And how do you feel about the DC chaos going on right now? The he say, she say, every day something's different. I want to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. But other than that, we're going to wrap this one up here. If you guys liked the video, make sure to smash that like button. And if you didn't, make sure to let us know where we can improve. We're always open to your feedback and suggestions. As always, I'm your host, MJ. This has been Post Hype. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you around next time. Peace out, guys.